best day ever. It was Saturday, April 15th, 2023, right out here in the piney woods of East Texas. I got my sexy radio voice going, which in fact is not a sexy radio voice. I don't have one. What I do have is allergens in the air. It is pollen season, and we're all dying here. Everything's yellow. Uh, you know, so if you send us some Claret D, the 12-hour kind, not the 24-hour kind, use the 12-hour Claret D and some beers, maybe some tacos, we'll all get through this thing together. But right now, today, what we're going to do is go over a file that got sent to me yesterday. You see, I have a colleague in the business who she's very astute in cricket cutting and doing vinyl cutting, which is very useful in our industry. But she got herself a spiffy, brand new direct-to-garment printer. Congratulations on your new purchase. You rock. I'm sure you'll do well with it. But the thing is we gotta work on these files on how to get them to where they'll output to go to that printer. So she sent me the file. So I'm going to open up my Adobe Illustrator program, and what I've done here is I've set it back to basically how it comes out of the box when you first get it. My Illustrator, when I'm using Adobe products, I've got 3 screens going. I use keyboard shortcuts. Things happen very quickly. It's a mess. It would twist your melon. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to show you how to do it, and we're going to do it the old-fashioned way, and I'm going to try to help you understand what it is we're doing. We're not doing these cool skeleton hands. That's not the file, but let's go ahead and get this. Go ahead and get the file she sent open. So I'm going to do open. I'm going to go downloads, and there's the file I downloaded that she sent me in the email. And galloping grape nuts, right off the bat, we've got a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Okay, so what we got is it has a linked file in the art, and it's not embedded in the art. Okay, so that's one of the things we'll cover in a little bit. All right. But what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to ignore that. Right. But the first things first, I open it up and I see the size of the artboard. It shows me right there. See the little box around the whole thing. Nothing's highlighted except that box with little things around the outside edges right there. And it shows me that we are 210 millimeters by 297 millimeters, which doesn't mean a damn thing to me. This America, all right, we God's country. We don't do millimeters in metric system here because it's America. And the only thing a metric system's good for is hard drugs, and we don't do them, so we're paranoid on our own. But anyways, I'm going to show you how to fix that and get it back to American style. You see the little boxes popping up here to show you the hints, those little things. That helps you learn what these tools do. You just highlight one, it'll pop it open, and it'll help you understand what each of these icons are. It's back on my machine now, so you guys can see how it might look on your machine because I want you to succeed, and I know you can. All right, so we're going to go to File, Document Setup, and we're going to go to millimeters. Right there, I'm going to click millimeters, and I'm going to change it back to inches because I want it in inches. It can be in anything. We don't, there's more ways to measure than just inches, but this America, we do inches, right? So I'm going to hit inches right there, and then I'm going to hit OK. Now I hit OK. Now I got inches here. Now I've got an 8.268 inch by 11.693 inch artboard. I need this design to be 12 inches tall. So it's not going to fit on the height, right? So what we can do is we can take our select tool. Oops, I messed up. All right, we got to go back. If you do what I just did right there, you got to go back to it. You go to Document Setup, Edit Artboards, and you can grab these handles right here and just pull them. Click, hold, and pull them. All right, and I'm going to go to the top, slide down, and click, hold, and pull it. Now my artboard's a pretty good size. I'm at almost a little over 10.5 by 13.1, and that's fine. Now I'm going to go back and click my selection tool, hit that, and then I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to grab, click, drag, and highlight all of the artwork on the artboard. Now I need it to be a bigger size. You can do this deal where you click and drag it, but if you do it this way, you're going to have to hold down the Shift key on a Mac and a PC both, and when you drag it, it goes proportionally up in size. Now if you look at the measurements here, I'm at 7.4141 by 8.8614. Well, that's not, we're getting closer, but that's not what I wanted. So I'm going to go to the values and go to the height, and I'm constraining my height and width proportions right here with that little click thing right there. And I'm going to go up in size, and you'll see it's going to grow. I'm going to make a tutorial on this part here later on, but anyway, I went too far. Now I'm going to go to 12 inches. I just want it to be 12 inches. And if you can't get it to 12 inches, you can just type 12, highlight it and type 12 in there. So now I'm 12 inches tall by 10.04, which is a little over 10 inches. Right. Now everything's highlighted, so I'm going to click and drag and put that back in the middle of the artboard. Think of the artboard as your desktop, the area that you have to work with. Say you're building a carburetor or bomb or whatever, you'll have a table to work on, and that's your table to work on, and it needs to be big enough to handle what you're working on. Okay, that's kind of a good way to describe an artboard. Okay, so now we are the right size because we're 12 inches tall, and it can print wider than 10 inches, so we're good. So now that that's taken care of, let's do this. I'm going to be over here in the gray area. I'm going to click, drag across. I'm going to highlight all of the artwork because I'm going to find that linked file that ain't there. What you've got in here is a thumbnail where that artwork that's missing should be and kind of what it looks like, but it won't print worth a damn. So now I'm going to zoom in and you can take a look around here. What I'm looking for is an X. And oh, look, there's my X right there. Okay. Now I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So it's going to be that USSSSSA logo or whatever that is. And I'm going to click. I'm going to take it. I got my select tool highlighted again. I'm just going to click the desktop to make all that selections go away. And I'm going to come back to just the USSSSA logo and I'm going to click it. Now I can click that right there. And up here at the top, it says linked file. But the problem is it's not linked to my machine. It's not on my machine. If it were on my machine, it would know where it is and pull it over and put it on there and it'd look good. But it's not embedded in the file. Okay. So I'm going to zoom back out. I'm going to show you how to fix this deal. Now I had to get on the phone, or not the phone, but an email or text and call them and say, hey, I need that USSSSA logo sent to me so I can put it on your artwork, right? So here's what they sent me. In order to put it on here, what they sent me, I'm going to go to File, Place, right there. Then I'm going to find the file they sent me afterwards to place it. And you'll see here, I got 1-1, and it shows me there's one thing I'm going to paste onto my artboard. If I want to paste it down here to where it's supposed to be, I can do that and hit paste. And now you see the blue lines across the side and the top showing me that's like the artboard it's on. But where is it? Well, it's way down here because it's huge. I'm going to zoom out now so you can see how big the artboard is when that got saved and show you what went wrong there. But how do I deal with that? Because I can't shrink it and enlarge it and maneuver it around on this thing, and I'll show you why here in a minute. So what I'm going to do is go to my rectangle tool. I'm going to make a rectangle, and I'm going to get right over the top of this art. And I'm going to go zoom. I'm going to put it right there. Now I'm going to go back here, get my select tool again. I'm going to get way over here to the left on the artboard, and I'm going to highlight that new graphic and my new box right there. So they're both highlighted. Then I'm going to go to File, let's see, Object, Clipping Mask, Make. Now, all that BS that was off to the left and right is closer to the actual artwork that I need. So now I'm going to slide it up to here, and I'm going to zoom in. And I got to make this new artwork about the same size as that old artwork right here. So I'm going to grab the corner. I'm going to hold the Shift key, and I'm going to just slide. I'm going to click and drag it till it's the right size, right? Then I'm going to put it over here, kind of on top of what I got, so I can kind of see that I'm getting it close. And there we go. So there it is right there. But you still see that funkiness underneath, right? From that old file that's not, that thumbnail that's not there. So how do I get rid of that without moving the art I just put on there? So now I'm highlighted my new art. My artwork's still highlighted with the new envelope on it. So let's do Object, Lock, Selection. Okay. Now my new artwork that I laid on top, the new missing file is on there, but it's locked. So when I scroll over the top of it, I can see the old one and I can drag it out, drag that old ugly bastard out, and then I can just hit delete. Or you can just highlight it and hit delete or whatever. But now I need to remember to go to Object, Unlock All to make that where I can touch it again. All right, so that is how that works. Now I'm going to show you something here that I asked about that may be important to you later on. But I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to highlight all of the artwork and I'm going to drag it off the artboard because the artboard is white. Whenever you have something that's white and you print, it usually won't print white, but a direct-to-garment printer will. It'll lay down a white ink first. Actually, it lays it down first, and then the other ink goes on top of it from lighter to dark, goes on top of it in different passes. But I needed to make sure that they needed white in that design. I wanted to make sure the fabric wasn't going to come through where the white is. Now, in case if that was the case, we would have to do other things to this file to make that white go away. That's another video for another time. Because I mean, this is how you're going to want it. It's going to be a dark shirt. Nobody wears white shirts in Texas. I don't know why we're crazy like that, bikers or something. But anyway, so we're going to take all that artwork. I'm going to put it right back on the artboard right in the middle. It doesn't really matter too much where the artwork winds up on the artboard as long as it fits inside the artboard and it's ready to go. Let's do this thing where we do File, Export, Export As. and I want to go to my desktop. I'm going to put it on the desktop, and I'm going to name it monkey file. I don't know why. It just came to mind like that. I'm going to use the artboards. Now I'm going to hit export, and I want it to be 300 ppi because I want it to be as clean a file as I can get. I want the background transparent, not white or black. I'm not going to a document. I'm going to a transparent situation. I want the shirt color to come through. Then I hit OK. And then it saves it. Now I'm going to minimize this screen here. And I'm going to find the monkey file, one PNG. I'm going to open it up. And there we go. The background is grayed out. You can see the white from the bat. You can see the USSSA logo on the top, and it's ready to go. And I sent that file back to her to print, and it did print well. So that's it. There's going to be more videos coming up pretty soon on how to do basic stuff, the stuff they don't teach you at Harvard Graphic School. We're going to teach you how to do things in the real world. That's what we do here. All right. So y'all have a good day, best day ever, and we'll catch you next time.